up, everybody? Welcome. Thank you for following Yummy the Dragon Girl. Oh, what a great name. Hi, welcome. It is Sunday. It's Sunday. Hi, welcome. Hello. And it's Indigo Chameleon. It's time for a little Dungeons & Dragons here on Indigo Chameleon. We are so happy and grateful that you could be joining us here tonight as we have episode 2 of our new campaign, Strahd Sucks. An irreverent romp, jaunt, meander, skip, gallivant through Barovia. We have a few announcements before we get started. We've got a Discord. You should hang out there. There's lots of cool people, including the people you're about to see. We also have a merch store. You can buy cool stuff from the merch store, like mugs. Not this one, because this is mine, and my face is a mug in a way. It tastes like DMing. So please join us with you. There are also plenty of fun ways for you to interact with the cast. If you want or so choose, you can spend channel points. You can spend biddies. Biddies always play here, and you can spend those little biddies to influence the characters, including blessing them or leveling them up, or even summoning Strahd, should you so choose. So lots of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. We're so happy. And that being said, here are our amazing players. We are so happy to be able to be joining you all here tonight. We have surrounded ourselves with amazing players that are doing awesome, cool things, including our very own Moswald. Hey,
Hi.
Moswald. Where can people check out the cool stuff that you are putting out into the ether?
Very quickly, you can find me on Spotify and Apple, Google Podcasts under Jousting Through Jacinto.
Yeah.
It is the D&D podcast that I run and DM in my homebrew world of Jacinto. The last episode should be up tomorrow for this particular arc, and then we pick it up back at the first of the year.
Check it out. It is good listening. I switch between that and my buddy Berto's podcast. It makes my heart happy. Not only that, but you can check out Cassandra Cosplays, who's debuting a brand new character, right? Like, as part of your... Like the Christmas spirit time?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So this week, actually, I'm going to be dropping the second book story of my original take on Krampus and an elf named Holly. And I'm introducing a new, very mean, very scary antagonist character. And we're going to see if they can stay alive. It's a cute love story. You're going to love it. You can find it on Cassandra Cosplays on Instagram.
Please go check it out. It's good cosplay and makes my heart happy.
I'm gonna break hearts.
No. Thanks, I hate it. So please go check that out. It's good times. And I think that's it. Hopefully we'll be able to have some announcements of where we can catch people in the Central Florida area for upcoming shows and things of that sort. I came here from cast. Yay! Yummy, we're so glad. Thank you. But all of that being said, do you want? Well, he's not selling it online.
Oh, okay.
Like, are you selling it online? No.
Just to the people.
Yeah, but now I feel like I have to say something. Chris makes booze. It's great. You can't have any. Suck it.
Strahd suck it.
It's pretty good. But who knows? Maybe down the line we'll have a special Strahd Sucks cast meet and greet. We'll hang out and stuff like that. And then, trust us when we say, like, it's really good. You just can't have any of it.
It's super exclusive.
When last we left our heroes with Strahd Sucks episode 1, we found ourselves in Barovia, but in a Barovia unlike any Barovia that's ever come before it. Our heroes have found themselves, after traveling with Parnham Circus for quite some time, crash landing in this dark and dreary area. The head of the circus, one Mr. Parnham, has unfortunately perished in what happened, and during an altercation with a very handsome, well-voiced antagonist aboard the blimp, one of our characters, unfortunately, Patches, was killed. However, Death was told to take a break, as a new Death sort of took the reins and was like, nah, and sent Patches back because in the game that we're playing here of Dungeons and Dragons, anytime one of our characters die, all of their levels reset back to level 3, and they are reincarnated with a special table that I have created with lots of fun races, and come back and are able to play because death has no meaning and the points don't matter. Just like whose line is it anyway? So our heroes Pyre, Ironwood, Etheria, Patches, and Connie all find themselves gathered around the wreckage of their once amazing ship. Unfortunately, it is a bunch of tatters at the moment. All of you have just watched Etheria, who, after writing "Strahd sucks" in large letters on the wreckage of said Zeppelin, was promptly turned into a snail by Strahd, flown up into the air and dropped into the middle of the encampment, where she exploded. She exploded so bad. When that happens, there is this brilliant white space where you find yourselves just sort of encompassed all around you by all sides by this beautiful white light. Hi, Mads Hatter. As you sort of look around, you see an individual who's currently moving in a recliner but having a really hard time just from out of the distance and be like, hey, do you have a second?
Yeah, I guess.
Could you just lift with the legs? I've got sciatica, and can you move the chair just a few?
Is it small enough that I could pull it from the back?
You walk over and the chair's.
Forward,
yeah, you could push forward, and you just see it's too heavy, and you see him just barely sort of graze this like recliner and chair.
Right? Are you just old?
Wow. How old are you?
10.
Ooh.
Or more. I don't know. It's confusing.
You're 10 years old?
Yes.
There's only one thing worse than a hero, a child. He snaps his fingers. You are out of the white space. Etheria, you rolled your reincarnation last week as you escaped death, appearing in the space, fluttering above the wreckage that once was Etheria, is a beautiful Kenku, the bird that has been unfortunately cursed, the race of individuals in D&D that have unfortunately been cursed, and lift with the legs. That's right, Mads Hatter. And unfortunately, they cannot use their own words to communicate. They can only repeat words or phrases that have been said to them. So, Etheria, boom, as you manifest in the space and go to say something, you are unfortunately unable to say anything.
Pyre goes over and whispers into her ear.
Life finds a way.
Everyone just sort of nods, confused.
Did you, Patch walk over? Did you see the cat man, the well dressed nice guy?
The cat man?
Yes.
The cat man.
Cat man.
The cat man? The cat man.
See, I knew I wasn't going crazy yet.
So what? She's just a bird now, I suppose, eh?
Just a bird now.
Well, that's what I said, love. You're a bird now.
Just a bird now.
Well, technically she's a kenku, which is not actually a bird, although they are descended from avians.
It's not
They are
actually.
flightless birds.
They're descended from
because
aliens.
of a
They're flightless
curse.
birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they repeat what you say because they don't have capacity for speech of their own. They only can repeat what they hear. other
Repeat
people
what they
say.
hear.
Maeve, aye. And she's gonna send Maeve over just to kind of sit on your shoulder and just chat with you.
You see this little bird flutter out of the branches that make up Ironwood's sort of foliage and stuff like that, and just kind of lands on your shoulder. A little black bird, right?
Yeah, raven.
A little raven just kind of lands on your shoulder and kind of looks at you and tilts its head.
That's what I was looking for. All right, Maeve, come on back.
Flutters over back towards your shoulder. Heroes, it has been a long, long night.
Yes.
Some of you have died. You are exhausted and things of that sort. So very quickly, the individuals in the circus start to set up a bit of an encampment of sorts within the wreckage of your downed Zeppelin. what are we doing? Are we assisting with this? Are we going on watch? There are enough individuals currently in this spot that they have agreed, since there seems to be an agreement between this group, like, we're going to go explore. Like, you have agreement from some of the individuals that set up and tear down the circus to stay watch for the night and things of that sort. So you are welcome to rest if you so choose.
Pyre's probably going to make a big... Okay, she's gonna make a bonfire, but within the shelter of the wreckage, so that the light isn't giving us away as like a beacon of like, hey, look, we're here in the middle of the night.
You know what? I'm into this. Give me a survival check. You're making a bonfire in an enclosed space. That's never gone wrong.
I am a fire genasi who controls flames.
Oh, no. Dude, I'm fine with that. But sleepy genasis do not control flames. They are very good at building the flames, but while you sleepies, you do not control flames.
Okay. Am I doing it with...
Survival check. If anybody here is proficient and would like to assist in that.
I'm good. That's a 18 plus 5. So, 23.
Many. You rolled many. Yeah,
I rolled
fire.
many.
You gather up some of the wreckage and things of that sort, and you build this sort of intricate-looking bonfire in the area. All the smoke seems to be heading out, but all of the light is being here. You become immediately fast friends with all of the individuals that are like, thank you so much, as they all sort of gather around the fire, and it makes everything a little bit more cozy.
I need you to know that when I make the fires, it is straight up calcifer from Hell's Moving Castle.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very good with this.
Every time I make a fire for the troop, it is sentient, it is calcifer.
Okay, so it's the fire's like, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, okay.
I'm hot.
At one point, everybody's like, hey, you did a great job, Pyre. And Pyre, you're like, thanks. And you hold a hand out, and the fire just, one of the flames kind of reaches out and gives a hand. And everybody's like, ah. And you're like, I know. Anybody else doing anything before you rest for the evening?
Patches is going to take at least the first shift watch just to kind of because he was told.
Absolutely.
He was told by Circus Dad, we'll protect the circus, and he just had another person die. So
Circus Dad told you, like, you need to watch the circus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. So you'll take first watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can watch with you unless you want to do it by yourself. Then,
Yeah,
Ironwood's on there too, and he just send Maeve out to scout just kind of the area, just kind of see what's around, or if she can even see through the fog at all.
So you're gonna send her out by yourself.
Well, at least just kind of like the encampment, just like what's around.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have them parole and things of that sort. First watch.
Connie's going to search the wreckage. He's going to see if he can find. First, if he needs to locate the money.
Yeah.
So he needs to
First you get the money.
protect the bank, and then he needs to find Mr. Parnham's personal things. He's going to look for some things there, and maybe take a jacket of Mr. Parnham's to wear in his memory. So maybe some more.
You very quickly are able to find the indestructible wardrobe of Mr. Parnham. Every circus needs a ringleader, and as if that trunk is calling out to you, you are able to find it. And Connie, you spend a little bit of time donning some of the clothing that's in there. In fact, as you look, much of the clothing is a little small for you, except for a small brown parcel package that bears the inscription, "Every circus needs a ringmaster." And love, Mr. Parnham, addressed to you, Connie. Inside is a plethora of bow ties. It is a jacket that seems to fit, and a hat that fits perfectly as you look upon it. So give me an investigation check on the clothing that you see before you.
15 on the die, and I got a plus a lot. +6, so 21.
21. The jacket fits perfectly as if it was tailored towards you. The bow tie itself does have some magical properties to it. After spending a few minutes with it, it is a bow tie of many colors. The bow tie is able to change appearance once a day. So you can change the pattern, the configuration, the colors, and things of that sort once a day. Though it be one bow tie, it is many bow ties. The hat itself, you hear a rattling inside of it when you sort of like take it off and things of that sort. As you reach inside of it, your hand passes through the barrier. That is a hat of holding. Now, it is not the storage space is not as plentiful as a bag of holding. You realize that you could fit a few items in here, but you're not keen on testing the limits quite yet. But it is a hat of holding for the time being. So the party has a hat of holding that they can use to store items that they just don't want to carry about their
Find
person.
all the money and put it in.
You put it in the hat. Yeah, absolutely. It takes you a fair bit of time, and you see a few individuals that are just sort of like combing the wreckage that you now know that they were kind of doing the same thing, but you know all the hiding spots and things of that sort. You find the lockbox, and they just sort of evening, Connie. We're just helping you find the money, the storage.
Yes. Yeah. You can. I've got this from here. Thank you.
Would you like us to hold on to it for a bit?
No, I've got it. Thank you very much. Well, I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
I've been put in charge by Mr. Parnham, and as you can see, I'm wearing the hat. So you need to listen to me now.
Intimidation check at disadvantage.
Oh, the first one is a 19, and the second one is a 5.
-1. You're like, you need to listen to me because I'm wearing the hat. And he goes, yeah, you're right. You are wearing the hat. So we will be sure to take orders in the future. Do you blink at all? Oh, all right. That's too many things. Thank you. Oops, all blinks. And they head back to the encampment. Yes, a Barney hat, Mini B. I love it.
He's also not going to sleep. He's not going to take a long rest.
Okay.
He's going to read the journal, read Mr. Parnham's
Sure.
journal.
I will say that you spend some time reading the journal and things of that sort. You two stay up for the first long rest, so I need the two of you to give me a D20 as you settle down for a rest. Etheria and Pyre.
All right. D20.
Just a straight up D20.
The dice give it. The dice take it away. A 4.
A 4.
That's a 14.
A 14. Both of you settle down to rest with Ironwood and Patches sort of gathered around the fire, keeping an eye on things. Ironwood considerably, like looking at the fire, and the fire looking at Ironwood, and Ironwood taking just a step back.
Give it a wide berth, for sure.
You sleep. It's hard to sleep after everything that you've been through and the changes that you've made. Etheria. When you sleep that night, you travel back to a time when you were just joining up with the circus. It's a bright, bustling day. The individuals are coming in and out, and you're just sort of getting acclimated to the circus. When you smell that odd smell again, it smells like mothballs and lavender, just sort of commingled together, left to rot, as this big, meaty hand clamps down upon your shoulder. As it does, a woman sort of looks down at you and goes, "Are you lost, dear?" And as you turn up to look, you see the pearls before you see the person. Just this string of white pearls around this meaty neck. The necklace itself seems to strain against the neck as a whole, as she holds a hand to your shoulder, being like, "Do you need help, perchance?"
Can I? Do I respond as the way that Etheria could? Can Etheria only speak Kenku in dreams?
No. This is
Okay.
Etheria back in her
Okay.
original tiefling form, as this hand just sort of grabs your shoulder.
Oh, wait. Who are you?
Where are your parents, dear?
Not here.
You're an orphan.
No,
Do you have parents?
I don't have to talk to you.
I think you should come with me, dear.
No.
That hand squeezes just a little bit on your shoulder and clamps down upon it. And you feel the shoulder start to turn a little bit as she begins to try to lead you away beyond the circus itself.
Can I duck?
You can certainly try. Give me an athletics check. Or acrobatics.
Oh, I'm way better at acrobatics.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check then.
It was still a 9 on the die, so it's 12.
Okay, that 12 is not enough to do it. As you begin to duck out of the way, that arm squeezes a little bit and you feel this sharp pain in your shoulder. You're not used to adults treating you in such a way. She begins to lead you out just from the pressure on your shoulder alone, sort of walking you past different individuals who are sort of looking at you. It looks as if a mother is just sort of like scolding her child. And leading you out. She's like, we will find the proper people to take care of you, dear. Do not worry in the slightest. Have no fear. And she begins to lead you further and further out of the circus, past the tents and things of that sort. At a certain point, you would gather upon your magics and go to cast something upon you when the dread sets in that you have no connection to the magics that you are given based on your divine ancestry. Like your magic connection is cut off.
Then she would just yell really, really, really loud.
As you begin to yell really loud, she begins to look at individuals and apologize. She goes, I'm so terribly sorry. The children, she's so impertinent. And as you begin to scream, she's just sort of leading you out until your other shoulder has a small hand placed upon it, and the woman stops as you see Parnum, who is sort of melted out of the crowd, grabbing a hold of your shoulder as the woman looks down upon him. In one quick motion, he takes the cane that he walks with and wraps her knuckles. It is a quick shock to that middle finger. She does not let out a scream, but there is a small hiss of steam as the head of the cane smacks that middle knuckle. She pulls a hand back, and he goes, oh, there you are, Ophelia. Thank the gods that you found her. I am so appreciative, madam. And I believe your work here is done. And he turns to look at her. The woman just stares down upon him, and he stares up at her with a wide smile. And he sort of brings a hand out, turns it, and flips it like this, and as he does, you see a small fluorescent pink coupon that he hands over to her, and he goes, enjoy the cotton candy, it looks like you've indulged before. And hands it over to her, and immediately takes you by the shoulder and begins to walk you back into the circus. Are you all right, Ophelia, dear?
Yes, I did not like her.
No, there is not much to like.
Do you know her?
She looks familiar to me, but I'm familiar with her type.
Can I? Oh, okay.
You can
I
insight him.
check that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 10.
You do not, he seems to be forthright. He goes, you do not respect authority from most adults, do you?
Oh, I respect exactly who should be respected.
It's one of the many things I love about you, dear. Come this way. I'd like to introduce you to one of our newcomers. I believe they're going to need a little bit of help acclimating as he leads you away from this woman.
So is this a memory that I'm reliving?
This is a memory that you're
actually
reliving.
happened?
This is not something new. You're just kind of reliving this. The two of you go through your sleep. Two of you give me... actually, you're reading... You would not be involved in this. Give me perception checks. You scope out the area.
Not bad. 17?
17.
That's 2.
Okay.
I'm more preoccupied.
Everybody's asleep. You all are enjoying the fire. You're keeping an eye on things. Pyre's out, bruh. Like, bruh, she's out. Ophelia's having a fitful night. She's just kind of like doing the thing where you kind of sleep and the eyes are moving in the sleep, and you pay attention to that. Connie is engrossed in a book. I'll say about midnight. He's quick. He's fast. Mm-hmm. And he's staying in the shadows. There's somebody scoping out the perimeters of the camp. They haven't gotten close yet because of the fire. The fire's putting out too much light in a small area that's not traveled beyond the encampment, and everybody's doing the smart thing that you do in the circle, which is like, listen, there's safety in numbers. This isn't a horror movie. I'm not going to be right back. Like, that's how you die. So everybody's staying here, but there's an individual. Ironwood doesn't see him, but you see him. So because you growing up in the swamp, growing up in the woods and stuff like that, like you're used to people kind of coming around and scavenging stuff. Yeah. And but he's good, man. Okay. He's real good. Staying close to the shadows. He's barely making a sound as he like darts in and out between. He's looking for something. He's you're kind of keeping your side eye on him, and you're keeping a conversation with Ironwood going. But just out of periph, you see him like lift up something and look for something and doesn't find it, and it's just kind of going through the detritus around the camp.
Okay. Did you say what you were doing when you left? So were you just kind of?
I mean, you can. He's not hiding. He's reading. He's
probably
reading the
open.
journal. So
Is Connie an open eyesight? I guess.
Yeah, Connie's by the fire with you guys. Connie's just
okay.
You can look in a book like he is. He's engrossed.
right
Like
there.
he's into it. Like
I'm just gonna keep an eye on him and just kind of pretend that he's act like I haven't seen him and see what he does.
yeah, okay. I need a stealth check
Cool.
from you because you're kind of being like, I just want to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like 10
12
o'clock. Don't look.
12 plus 5, so another 17.
Okay. He's digging around for stuff. He goes over towards an area, and I'll say this: he picks up a tattered piece of clothing.
Okay.
You think it's a tattered piece of clothing, but it's actually just a tent piece. Like it's like one of the tents that belong to the circus. He just picks up a scrap, and as he looks at it, he looks content and happy with himself, and he looks up and catches you eyeing him for a second. And then immediately it just kind of looks at you and makes eye contact. And then goes. Just bolts. Like, just bat out of hell. You've never seen something move this fast with the exception of you. This thing just bolts and is running.
And just watching in the direction he's coming from, goes, guys, I think we just had someone watch us.
What do you mean, mate? So watching?
And he kind of like, there's some guy, came around, he's looking at, I think there was a tent over there, and he might have looked at it, and then he's looked at it, and he looked like his shoulders dropped, he looked happy with it, and then he caught eyes and he ran.
I'm gonna send Guillermo up to go take a look.
Okay. You were told this, and Guillermo goes up. Guillermo spots him. He's at the base of the camp, but he's booking. Is Guillermo staying on him?
Yeah, I mean, we just want to take a look and see what he can see. Yeah, from a height.
Okay. Guillermo's going after him. He's up in the air. How high up is Guillermo going?
Oh, I mean, he's probably 100 feet up. I mean, he's got 120 feet.
That dude is up. Like he's just up in the trees, and all of a sudden, the individual stops and turns into a bat. Like just turns into a full bat and goes up into the night sky and is going like straight up towards where Guillermo is.
Guillermo, come back.
Guillermo, as that bat crosses the tree line, the 100 other bats that are at the top of the tree lines gather up with this one. I needed one dexterity saving throw. This is one shot.
Yeah.
Mom spaghetti, like for Guillermo to get out of here in time as these bats go flying up towards him.
Let's see.
Don't throw away your shit.
It's a 16.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Plus one. Yeah.
16.
Come on, Guillermo.
Guillermo sees these things coming, okay, and immediately takes off. He's going real fast, and as he does, that swarm of bats is chasing on him. It's gaining on him. They're getting close, and then all of a sudden, Guillermo basically just stops flying and drops like a rock because you're always like, play dead, like, and Guillermo does. He plays dead, kind of falls like a rock. The bats go flying past him. He falls for a little bit and doesn't hit anything and just kind of stops and goes, oh. And then flies back over towards you, and you see all this happen.
Bats. The guy turned into a bat, and then he got all these other bats, and then they chased Guillermo. Maybe bats. You control the bats.
He turned into a bat.
Turned into a bat, and then he controlled the bats. The other bats. Whether they were people that were turned into bats too, I don't know. But they were bats.
So it looks like we've got a bit more spies around here. If it's one, it's many then.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, look, we are in the same exact place where we crashed. I think we attracted quite a bit of attention. I think the first chance that we get, we should probably move on from this spot.
Is there anything like, can we put together like a wagon or something? Like, is there enough rubble that we can salvage something?
It's not Legos, but a lot of stuff got beat up in the crash. I like where your head is at, pal. One of you, either Connie, Patches, or Ironwood, my vote would be Connie, give me an intelligence check right now to see if, with the pieces listed, you know what? I'm not here to tell you, people turn into bats, so Batwoman. Thank you, Chef Holiday. Intelligence check.
We solved the.
I got a 21.
21. There's enough here that you could put together a ramshackle wagon. It's not going to transport everybody, and there's going to have to be some hard decisions being made because, like, wagon, like you're going to be able to fit some stuff.
Yeah, I think if we make the wagon and then we put the heavy things that we need to carry from the circus in there, and everybody walks along with it, and we kind of caravan out and find a safe place for everybody to stay.
My other question would be, was there any, knowing Parnum, was there any like magical storage? Maybe there's a cabinet or something we can put here on the ship that they're not going to get into. No. Oh. It's a hat.
You can put things inside it.
Oh.
Look, maybe his whole arm goes in.
What are you thinking about when you put your arm in?
What am I thinking about when I put my arm in?
Yeah.
Thinking about all the treasure inside.
You put your arm inside and you're thinking, treasure. As you pull your arm out, there's a piece of paper.
Oh, I read it.
Your treasure is in another castle.
Knowing is half the battle.
I reach back in and feel around.
You don't feel anything in there. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're asleep too, right?
She's slurring, just drool out of one corner of the mouth. Just.
Only a 10.
At one point, you guys look over at the fire, and the fire is reenacting what Pyre is dreaming about, and it's just like it's Strahd being emulated over and over again. Like it's her pouring gasoline, and Strahd, and everybody's like Pyre, and then Strahd gets back up, and she's like one more time, and but the fire's reenacting all of this.
Should we be worried about this at all? No, it's fine. I'm sure it's all right.
I got a 10.
A 10. Cool. You got a cool hat.
I got a cool hat.
It's a great hat.
And so, I mean,
I think I lost the treasure. It's in another castle.
the treasure with the friends
Beth,
along the
I
way.
love you. The real treasure was friendship.
All along.
So do you think we can? So you think we can put something together?
Yeah, I think we can assemble a wagon that we can move anything that's valuable that we have, and maybe anybody who's hurt can get on it, and we can.
You hear from a few individuals be like, "Shut up! We'll do it in the morning."
Oi! We're doing it now.
Persuasion check, please. Unless are you intimidating here?
Let me see which one's better.
Do you want the talking hat?
They're both the same.
Do it now. Persuasion's better, please.
Poor sleepy circus folk.
What I meant to say was we can all rest comfortably tonight. We could do it in the morning. That was in that one.
You're gonna do it tomorrow. What? After you get a breakfast.
After you get real well and have some tea.
Give me a persuasion check.
I was only in that one, so.
You rolled in that one?
That one.
You're gonna do it tonight, and then from somewhere out of nowhere, like a can just beams you in the side of the head and stuff like that. You'd be like, we'll do it in the morning.
Let him do it more.
That's alright. I'm gonna root myself right here. Be fine. Be fine. I'm gonna try to, be all tough about it.
Don't worry. Next time I'll give you a talking stick.
He is the talking
Thank you.
Can I get inspiration for that?
I was going to, and then you asked for it. Can't ask for it. That's a number 3 rule about Fight Club. Yeah, take DM inspiration. But it only lasts for the next 5 minutes, so.
Make it work.
I know, it sucks. Yeah, everybody, you two eventually take a little rest as the other individuals get up. Are you resting, or are you still reading the book?
I don't know. Is it really good?
A scale of 1 to 10.
It's a long journal, and it talks about it doesn't start with like a childhood, or anything like that. This starts with Parnham sort of walking into town and having the idea of building a community and not knowing what happened, and him going and seeing a bard playing at this tavern filled with individuals that were not connecting, that were not talking, that were not interacting at all. But all of a sudden, this bard starts playing a song, and two individuals recognize the song, and from across the bar start singing together. And then the bard plays another song, and now other individuals are forging connections, and him starting to draw the pieces of entertainment being a unifying force, that a bard has magic in their song. Could I put my own magic in a song as well, or a show?
All right, I think Connie wants to savor this one, so he's gonna close it after reading the first chapter.
Yeah. It's like any good book. You're like, I can't wait for more. Like,
I'm gonna make myself wait.
you find a whole bunch of them.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of books. I mean, it's Parnham in the Chamber of Secrets, and Parnham through the Looking Glass, and then my favorite, Talk to the Bees. Parnham.
I do want to identify those coins before I go to sleep, though.
The coins that you. Oh yes.
That I found.
The coins are not inherently magical. As you cast Identify on them, Identify tells you if they have any magical properties. They tell you anything else about.
I don't think it has to be magical to be identified.
Read through that spell one more time for me.
It's
Because I know it definitely tells you.
Choose a chosen object.
Okay.
Must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges. You learn whether any spells affecting the item are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it.
I'll give you this as a freebie, okay? The coins are not inherently magical, okay? However, there are some residual magics left over from where they were made, which is the Feywilds. These are definitely Fey in nature, and I don't know if Connie has had any experience with the Fey realms or anything along those lines. Only a magical world. Join us, Charlie. You know that they're Fey in nature, but they don't carry any sort of magical properties with them, other than where they from, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But they were important to Parnham, so there must be some importance to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. You all take a long rest. Everybody mark down a long rest. Yeah, it's from Outlander. There you go. Tell the bees that was it. Tell the bees that Parnham is gone. It was the last book there. So many bee. But yeah, everybody marks down a long rest. As you wake up in the morning, you're expecting the bright, beautiful, sunny day. But nope, it's Barovia. And much like Florida has been the past mornings, it's foggy and weird outside. It really is. Like here in Barovia, there is no like direct sunlight. In fact, many vampires can walk around just kind of broad daylight because it's always sort of like foggy or a weird cloud moves in. It's this weird dim gray, even at the brightest of the sun. But as you all wake up, individuals immediately sort of crack their backs and go about like this is a average day. Individuals that are able to move and begin to scavenge supplies and things of that sort and begin to figure out some of the different things in the area. One of the individuals that's in the area, one of the strong men that sort of tear down a half-orc fellow by the name of Knock comes over and Knock comes over and he's like, "Hey guys, so I know we had to like make a wagon or something, so we're gonna work on that. Do you know where we're going? Can you like find a place for us to set up and like,
Well, I mean,
like where am I moving people to? Like, is there like?
I think that's going to be our job today, is find out where we're going.
Cool.
So if you want to prep, as soon as we're done, we can go.
Yeah, you got it, boss. Yeah, and Knock is like, all right, let's build a wagon. These things have wheels, and he just kind of walks forward into the group with some of them, and a few of them pull Connie aside, and Connie kind of map
I've got
out.
charts.
Yeah. Goes, oh man, these would be great if I knew how to read. We got pictures, guys. He holds up these individuals that are able to read, come over and.
Always like, nah, he's one of the few people that can beat me in arm wrestle.
Yeah, I always let you win though.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, being fired. And Knock goes over and starts cleaning stuff up. Yeah, heroes. It's time to explore the area. You know very little about the surrounding terrain and things of that sort. But you wake up fully rested and ready to go. You have enough supplies to be able to last you a couple of days of travel that you've been able to sort of scavenge from the area. You also have a group of individuals that you have realized this is not necessarily the safest place in the world for them to be. So, what are we doing? What are we looking for?
Moss on trees or rocks.
Moss on trees? Are we just heading in a northerly
Just kind of it's like, hey, I was getting a heading. It's like, if that direction's north, then this must be.
Bro, I'm about this. You know what?
Send the birds up.
You can send the birds up as
Have a
well.
bird's eye view.
And he's just gonna.
Yeah.
See
There's
where she
a
goes.
there's a race as the two of you are like birds. Your raven goes fluttering up as Guillermo comes up, and there's a whoo as these two go they go flying up. Perception checks for each of our good boys. And hey, welcome Raiders. Yeah, we love us some Raiders. Welcome to Strahd Sucks.
Hey.
Perception +3 and
Perception was a 3.
advantage.
On that, he nudges Fury and he just like gives her like a, hey, you should be up there too.
Oh, hey, what up? Still a piece of garbage. As your bird just kind of flies around.
We can
got a
go.
22.
A 22. Guillermo is of the God Kind. As Guillermo flies up. Are you flying up as well,
His
Fury?
eyes.
Yes, I will fly.
Okay, Fury, you fly up as well. Give me a perception check as you kind of fly up. You see, you guys fly up, and you and Guillermo are just sort of looking around. What's your raven's name?
Maeve.
Maeve. You're looking around as Guillermo's kind of scanning out the area. You're kind of scanning. Maeve is at a tree, just looking at it, going, ah! Just like pecking at it. And you're like, great job, Maeve.
One for the team, Maeve. One for the team.
You're doing great, Steph M. Thank you so much for joining ADM Hatter. Oh, ADM Hatter, I love that name. Welcome. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Come on in. The water's fine. There's no water. Perception check.
All right. I've been rolling so well tonight. So,
You are
yep, and I'm continuing to roll well. That's a 5.
You see, you start looking up and you're like, what's going on? What does that bird see? You fly over to where Maeve is. You guys are looking at the same spot in the tree, and Maeve's like, caw, caw. And they just do this for like a couple of minutes and things of that sort. The two of them are just like, caw, caw, caw. Guillermo. Guillermo's of the God Kind. As your good owl boy sort of looks around. Guillermo travels a little bit in order to kind of scope out the area, but is able to get a good sense of direction and discovers it's a heavily wooded area, so it's hard to just like this tree kind of this crash brought down a whole bunch of trees in the forest around the area. But Guillermo, with his keen owl vision, is able to spot a fork in the road, almost this middle spot where a whole bunch of roads can converge, and there is one sort of what you think is a signpost. But as Guillermo kind of flies down and looks at it even more, you realize it's a gallows that somebody is like, well, reduce, reuse, recycle, and like use the gallows to write down like, hey, directions go here, here, and here, and there's 3 points where you hit this point. It kind of points you in a direction here, here, or here. But it's the only nearest landmark that Guillermo is able to spot.
All right. So, Fogel, there's a crossroads, and there's it's sort of a gallows and a sign, but yeah, there's that way.
Well, we better get to move then.
Okay.
Our chat is so good. Chef Aladab, gallows is a form of sign. It's not a great sign. Where's the lie? Yeah, it's pointed out. It's gonna be a few hours walk from where you are as the Guillermo flies
To the gallows.
to the gallows.
That's the Guillermo's prize.
To the ship. To the ship.
We can go.
Oh, we're on our way, love. That's where we're off to.
We can go.
I understand we're on our way.
A Fury starts flying in that direction.
Oh, hold on now. And he starts going after
If you do this, you're gonna be by yourself.
I know. I'm not like. She's going like 30 feet, maybe 60.
Oh, okay. So
Not,
you're like you're
taking
hovering.
off. Yeah.
You're
not like leaving everybody in the dust, but
You're not like, bye, buddy. Hope you find you're floating with the group, kind of flying forward. Okay.
She's a little limited what she can say right now. So
Yeah. Etheria stays with the party. Cool. Kids, what I need is the first of many random encounters in Barovia. So, chat, you're going to determine what happens to this lovely crew. It is daytime, so I get to use my daytime random encounters. But I need somebody in the chat to type out D and 20. That's going to allow you to roll a chat, our D20 in our chat, and you're going to be able to determine the random encounter that happens. What's that? I'm going to take that first roll that I saw, which is a 7.
Oh no.
Hold on now.
Oh no.
Okay.
Never mind.
Cool.
I don't like this no more.
It's turtles all the way down.
It's turtles.
That's turtles.
Help me.
Oh no.
Skill check is flip over the turtle.
You all are. Oh, thanks. I hate it. I think. Well, welcome to the party, ADM Hatter. I think you were the one to roll this, and this is rough. It was either ADM Hatter.
This is yummy.
Yummy. This is rough. You all are traveling through the mist and the fog and things of that sort. Connie beclad in his new fitted jacket and bow tie and hat. Who would be at the head of the group? Who's leading the group?
I would say if
Patches?
Yeah.
Patches, you're leading the group, and you kind of have found this worn path through the forest and things of that sort. Individuals have come through here, and they've used this path. Up ahead of you, you hear horse hooves. It's just you hear the clumping of horse hooves, or somebody is really happy with a coconut. It's like
King Arthur, I love your work.
I immediately convey that. I hear horses up front. Can I see if I hear multiple horses?
you hear, I hear horses. How many? Some. A nature check?
Yeah, cool. I'll take that.
Give me a nature check. As a child, I used to listen to multiple horses. Close my eyes.
Horse ASMR. 17 plus 1, 18.
Hi, my name is Patches. Welcome to my horse ASMR show.
At first I was a bugbear, now I'm a dwarf. I'm closer to the ground so I can hear more hoofs.
My parents said I would never make money at this, and to them I say, nay.
of course.
Do you hear multiple horses?
Or can I feel to the ground, maybe? Being closer to the ground?
You put your head to the ground,
Yes.
and something that only works in movies and TV, but somehow you manage to make it work. You place your head to the ground, and as you place your head to the ground, everybody's amazed at the fact that you're able to hear the vibrations through the ground, when really you're just looking for multiple horses. Sure enough, you are able to discern enough horsing around. Beth, as you listen, you realize that there are two in the nearest proximity, and sure enough, as he's listening to this, you see coming down the pathway, cutting through the fog, all of a sudden the fog clears a little bit. And if it weren't daytime and you could see, this would probably be on the top 10 things you don't want to see cutting through the fog. Because out of the fog comes a skeletal war horse.
Oh boy.
The war horse itself is just skeletal bones and things of that sort. You don't know how it's being held together at this point. The eye sockets are sort of dark and barren, and atop of it is a skeletal rider. The only thing seemingly holding the bones together of the rider itself is this chainmail. Which seems to have just been put through the ringer, dinged and beaten and battered and things of that sort, beclad on the rider's chest. The rider, the skeleton, looks about the space and immediately kind of stops the horse and holds up a lantern. The lantern is busted. Okay, there is no light inside this lantern, but it holds up the lantern anyway, and just sort of like. The horse at one point reaches down and picks up some grass, and the grass just falls right through the ribs and stuff like that as it picks it up and things of that sort. But this is the scene that you see as a second one rides up close to it. This one does not hold a lantern, but instead has a bow strapped to its back, as they just are. The one holding the lantern is sort of looking about the space.
Life finds a way.
Should we go say hello?
I think we just keep walking. Like, I'm sure. I mean, me and Fury both have died, so I'm sure that this is maybe a common thing. Maybe we just keep going.
Maybe they can give us directions.
Hello.
Of course. Ophelia hops over, just does the little birdie hop and like comes over to it. As it does, the horse just sort of looks down as the one holding the lantern. You hear the creak of the of the neck as this thing sort of looks down at you. As you say hello, it just sort of stares at you, holding the lantern up.
Of course, there would be an opponent who doesn't speak. Can't collect phrases there.
We're looking for a heading, roadway, gallows, signs, nearest inns, taverns, civilization, places.
How can you communicate and still be communicating? You're like, me, gallows, sign. No.
I've got that brains.
You start just what he kind of looks at you, and if a skeleton could communicate confusion, hey unknown, we love you. As you're just kind of like looking about the space. You know what? Okay. Give me percentile dice.
Oh.
Normally I tell you what they're used for. I'm not going to tell you what these are used for. I need percentile dice from you.
Okay.
We're looking for the higher the better here.
Roll. That is going to be a 98.
Ooh.
The higher, the better.
The skeleton figure begins to turn away as the one on the second horse jumps off the horse.
Okay.
As it does, it sort of clatters over and its left arm falls off, and it just kind of gives it, reaches down with the right and shoves it back on, and you hear this as the arm reattaches, and he comes over towards where you are, Ironwood, and reaches for your neck.
And just, as just a reaction, just kind of like just starts to.
As you bat the other hand away, the other hand comes up to your neck and grabs the chain around your neck.
Oh snap! Okay.
And lifts the necklace out that you're wearing,
Right.
that you found.
Yep.
Looks at it, and then immediately drops it, and looks back at where you are, and gives a small nod.
Ironwood goes to pick it up again, just keeping an eye on him.
Okay. We'll get back on the horse. The one riding it will sort of turn around and look at the one that just got back on his horse, and there will be some sort of like look between the two of them as the two of them flank you on either side.
Okay.
What does the necklace look like? What's the
what's the necklace?
What's the deal with the necklace?
So it's a circle necklace about that big around. It's on a gold chain. It's embossed in golds and like forest greens. Has like a lot of leaves that are around it, and inside it's a sword on one side, and it's a head that's in the background of it.
Okay.
The two of them sort of like nudge forward as if to say, "Let's go."
And he'll he'll walk with them.
Yeah. They look at the party as if to say, does anyone need to ride? As they scoot forward, does anyone want to ride on one of the skeletal horses?
Absolutely.
Okay. A hand is brought up. You grab onto the back of one. There's no place to grab, so it kind of takes your hands and places it through its rib cage to kind of hold on to the rib cage from behind it, and things of that sort. Does anyone else get on the other horse?
This may bite me in the butt, but she would like to turn to the one with the lantern and say, "You've got nothing in the lantern. Do you need a light?"
Oh wait, I think someone just summoned Strahd.
Are you kidding me?
They're talking about it. It didn't help. What do you say?
I said, you've got nothing in your lantern. Do you need a light? Would you like a light?
It does not communicate with you as it looks down at the lantern and looks down up at you.
She just produces a flame on the tip of her finger and then just kind of points. Light.
Hang on. He looks at your finger. He looks at the lantern. Looks at your finger. Takes the lantern and just kind of chucks it into the woods in its broken state. Takes your finger and just sort of points it forward as if you're like kind of leading the way.
Very proudly, she points forward on the horse and just leads.
This is not how this encounter I thought was going to go.
Really?
You all begin to ride forward with your skeletal skeletal knights at your side with the war horses. The two of them lead you very quickly through a pretty precarious looking trap that was laid on the forest floor, like purposely leading you around it. If you want to mark where this is, it's on the way back to camp. But you see that it's just an area that's filled with all these leaves, and there's that it's been used to kind of camouflage the area. As you begin to move past that area, you are led towards where the fork was that Guillermo found. This fork in the road, where the gallows is this it is this odd looking like wooden structure, like a gallows would be. However, there are arrows pointing to these different areas on the gallows. So the areas that are mapped out for all of you, which would mean like absolutely probably nothing to all of you, is one leads to the village of Barovia. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Barovia village to the east. The Tessar pool that has been crossed out and says, "Yo, Vistani pool," underneath it in letters. And the other one is to Ravenloft and Valakai. These are the arrows that sort of point you out.
I think we're supposed to go to the Vistani. It's where we're supposed to go next. That's what we were told. Right.
To the Vistani.
Yep.
To the Vistani.
You all get off the horses. The knights sort of like motion for you to like, yo, get off. Like,
She says a very heartfelt goodbye.
Yeah. They sort of look at you. They don't display any emotion because they skeletons. But they communicate non-verbally, and it's very good. You feel a deep connection with
Gentle
them.
forehead kiss for the horse.
Gentle forehead.
I want to. I learned this growing up. I want to take the oil in my lantern, because I've got one apparently.
Okay.
Rub some dirt in it.
Okay.
And walk to the skeleton that his shoulder fell off. Mm-hmm. Like give us some empty paste and make sure it sticks.
Bro, I'm about this. Yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because it's awesome. Yeah, you're like, I can help you.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel icy and hot. And you take a little bit of
I'll help you. Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of do that, and the area is a little bit better, for him, and he just sort of gives a nod to you.
As right before they leave, the one that took off the holy symbol, he's gonna walk up to that one, and you know what this is, mate. So you know what I gotta do. I'll let you have one if I can repair it in a year from now, or next we meet, I can repair it.
He kind of shakes his head, but he looks over towards his friend, and each of them pull off their pinky finger. Like they break it off the bone, and you hear the snap as they break the pinky finger. And gently, they reach into like a little saddlebag and pull out this handkerchief. And they each put their pinky finger in the handkerchief, and they fold it up. And he hands it over towards you.
Did they just pinky swear?
Oh my god.
Insight check.
That's awesome.
Inside check for pinky swear.
The greatest of all.
That is a 11.
3 pinky squares are known in history, and this 11 for insight.
Yeah.
They're pinky swearing. They're totally pinky swearing. You give me an insight check as well.
Well, I'll take that one. That's let's see, that's 14.
Yeah. Now you're gonna bounce every dice roll off your.
Straight shot.
14. He hands it over to you so reverently that you kind of pick up on it.
Right.
They didn't make it.
Yeah.
They were doing something.
Yep.
They didn't make it. So if you could bury this, if you could do whatever you can with it, because we're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So this was just like, do whatever you got to do. Hold on to it. I don't care. But we didn't make it. Good luck.
Yeah.
So mysterious.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Cool. Yeah. You get a little like a handkerchief. You can add handkerchief with pinkies.
Handkerchief of pinkies.
Cool.
Well, that's something. That just shows us that not everyone here is out to kill us.
Well, I think you got very fortunate on this one, mate.
Well, I mean, we're not constantly looking over our shoulder. There are some skeletons or something that aren't innately trying to kill us.
Absolutely. This is not the DM trying to lull you into a false sense of security.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it. You guys take a little second to catch your bearing, and then there's a path that leads to the lake.
Is there a usable rope on the gallows?
Vistani pool.
Vistani pool. Usable rope on the gallows. This is where we branch away. Yeah, you know what?
Good one.
You start looking. Give me an investigation check.
It's perfect neck size. Like.
Was that investigation?
Investigation.
10.
10. Yeah, you know what? There is a rope. There is a rope that seems to be set up with the gallows. This looks like a functioning gallows. Doesn't look like it's been used in some time. Connie can confirm that. Connie's good at reading like essences, just kind of like in individuals and stuff like that. This rope hasn't been used in a while, but there's one on the gallows.
Fantastic.
We need rope.
I mean, I got a climbing rope, so.
Anyone need some rope? We can just take this one. No?
I'd rather not take a rope off someone that might have been on someone's neck. That's just me.
I've got no emotional attachment to this old rope, but we could use it.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna go take the rope.
Okay. Wisdom save as you go to take the rope.
There it is.
That's a nat one.
You go to grab this rope, and as you go to grab the rope, you go through the process of untying it from where it's located on the gallows.
I use
and
my
things.
fire. Just
I'm
gonna burn it off.
You're just gonna burn the rope. Yeah, that's fine. You go to burn the rope. That you burn the rope off, and it falls to the ground.
Cool. I take the rope.
Your move. Okay, now you pick up the rope. You go to pick up the rope. As you pick up the rope, you are just greeted to this quick flash of first-person view. Okay. You're tied up. You're walking. There's a couple of other individuals in front of you as they are led forward towards the gallows. These other two individuals are, you see Strahd, who you recognize at this point, sort of pick those two out and pull them out of the line and look and make eye contact with you as he leads you over towards the rope. He immediately puts the rope around your neck. And sort of looks over at you. As he does, you see the inhabitants of this whole town sort of gathered at this space. And he says the words, "Long live the knights." And as he does that, you have the sensation of being pushed. All of you watch as Pyre picks up this rope and immediately starts choking. Like they're holding on the rope, and it's just... like the fire extinguishes from her hair. Like she is choking. She's just.
And Mage Hand pull the rope out.
Okay, I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
I've got a -1 to strength, so you're probably gonna get it.
Can
It's
I
not against you.
-1.
Can I also help with my mage hand so that he can have advantage?
Yeah, we're getting to the extent of what like Mage Hand can do, and things of that sort. Like Like 2 mage hands are better than
Okay.
one. Like
Well, then can I go and physically help to get
absolutely.
advantage?
Yeah, I'll say give me this at advantage then. A strength saving throw at advantage.
It's 6.
It's 6 at advantage.
I'm not very strong.
You're like, I got this.
I like
Mama, no.
Bonnie is the one that goes and tries to take the rope.
I mean, I try to knock it out of her hands. Like, I mean,
Mini B. Oh, but there's a rope at the gallows in this town. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. As you come over, you're just gonna knock the rope out
I'm
of their
gonna
hand.
try to just knock it out of her hand, kind of like maybe wrap the knuckles a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say this. Give me an attack roll.
Sure.
What's your Constitution modifier?
+1.
+1. Okay, so you got a full minute before we start getting into like I'm unconscious. Like as the fire extinguishes from the hair, Papyrus just kind of like looking at the group, like make guys help, like and still holding on to the rope.
13 + 5, 18.
18. Does that beat your armor class?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
have an 11.
There is. I'm going to treat this like a disarming strike. You just kind of come over and you're like, bad pyre. No, don't pick up on it ropes. You drop the rope, and as you do, you are able to kind of breathe inward, as there is a, deep inhale. The fire reignites back on your hair and things of that sort, as the rope just kind of falls to the ground.
Is there an emotional attachment now to the rope?
That was wicked. I have looked into the face of death and no longer fear it. Okay, that was fun. Let's go.
Not everything here is out to kill us. We can go.
I mean, a rope almost killed her. So
That's the point she's trying to make.
Not everything.
Yeah, no, look, I've tasted death and it was fun. It was great. So, I don't know how you two feel now, sort of. So,
all right.
No, you don't know, because you haven't done.
right, off we go.
To the Vistani.
To the Stunny.
You begin to walk down the road towards the Vistani pool, leaving this poor rope to be picked up by any random passerby. It's just like, ooh, a piece of candy. No, don't you know what that is? That's the dead person rope. Why isn't it on the gallows? I don't know, Charlie.
Best character of this game, sorry.
Pyre was here.
It's burned to the road.
The road gradually disappears before you and is replaced with this muddy path that kind of cuts into the trees a little bit after a few hours of walking. Canopy of mist and branches sort of gives way to these a black cloud sort of in the sky as we're getting closer and closer to, even though it feels like you just woke up, to nightfall and things of that sort. As you're beginning to walk forward a little bit, you start to hear the sounds of people talking with one another, and it almost sounds like the circus, like you're kind of used to it. However, they speak with an odd accent to it. As you begin to get closer and closer, it'd be like, "Ah, man, did you see the game last night? Freaking wicked! It was amazing. For real. Though, and when he came forward with it, they forget about it. Forget about it. Your mother forgets about it. Oh, like everybody's just talking and screaming out as you get closer and closer. Individuals are gathered around this large fire. As they're around the fire, everybody seems to be drinking and enjoying themselves, talking about food. They eat these long cylinders of meat that they have cooked over the fire that are wrapped in bread. They're putting different sauces and condiments on top of the meat cylinders and things of that sort. They have these mugs of ale that they are drinking, and occasionally taking the mug and then just kind of smashing it on their head and adding it to another pile where an individual walks over towards what appears to be a chest that they reach into and pull out another mug of ale that they open up and begin to talk and stuff like that. And they go, whoa, who the F is this? Who's this? Coming in, would you go take care of this, please? And he goes, oh, no, I took care of the last one. You gonna take care? No, I took care of the last one. You remember? It was the guy in the thing. It's a skeletal horse. Forget about it. I already took care of the skeletal. I tried talking to him. He didn't say nothing. You go take care of this. All right, fine. The guy gets up from the group. He goes, hey, there's people in the camp. Y'all just be prepared if these people are weird. And people just, and they start grabbing like bats. Some of them grab like pitchforks and stuff like that. And all the individuals continue to eat these meat cylinders and drink and stuff like that. But come forward. One of the individuals kind of comes forward and he goes, hey, what do you do?
We're here to drink.
You here to drink?
Yeah, we're here to drink with you. Have you tried roasting those cylinders over the fire? Because I'm telling you, it's great.
What are you, frickin' new? Of course we roast the things under the fire. We are the Vistani.
Oh, and we are a circus.
It's a kind of a shitty circus. I don't want to say nothing about it. It's like 6 of you guys. There's a bird. There's 2 birds. Is this a bird circus?
But you've not watched us before. You can't just judge us on that.
No, I can judge you. I'm doing it right now. It's very easy to do.
I like you. I really do like you.
I'm so glad. I'm still on the fence.
What do you know about the Vistani?
I know that Mr. Parno said that we should find them and talk to Madame Eva.
Oh, you're here to see Eva?
Yes.
Ho ho.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
He's got the top hat.
Thank you.
He's got
I have a top hat.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I like this.
You know, top
This
hat is
fancy.
not just formal attire.
Is it?
Sometimes it has been used as formal attire, and typically with a tuxedo jacket. But it can also be just a everyday wear. And that's why the seersucker is.
You see him start to drift a little bit, like as the eyes go, whoa, gee, oh, dang. Okay, I don't know what that was. That was like my wife Teresa talking to me about something. Like, no. Yeah, no, it's a great top hat. Listen. I don't know you from Adam. This guy's a tree.
Yeah.
That guy's short. This guy's got a top hat. It's a big ass bird. You got fire in your hair?
I do.
You do. I can't just let you come in and talk to Eva, all right? She is like the matriarch. She's my mom. She's everybody's mom, even though she's not your mom. Do you understand, Capiche?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I can't just let you come in. If you want to, you can check your weapons. I'll hold on to your weapons, and y'all can come in and you can speak. And we got to see if you're cool or not. And then if you guys are cool, then we let you go see Eva.
How about we drink for it?
What do you mean? This feels like a game that everyone loses. What? How do we
Everyone
drink
wins.
for it?
A drinking contest.
A drinking contest?
Yes.
I'm interested. What sort of drinking contest? You got one in mind? Beer pong. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Here we go.
He goes, hey, these guys want to talk to Eva. And they're like, boo. And they're like, they want to drink for it. They go, ooh. He's like, we're going to play beer pong. And they're like, yes.
These are my kind of people.
The wagon is completely disassembled within the course of 4 minutes. There's a large wagon that is sort of like brought down. The top of the wagon is brought off, and there's a boom, table legs come out and stuff like that. You see these amazing mugs are brought over that are like blood red with an odd looking look to them, and they are set up in this sort of area. He goes, okay, here's the deal, all right? We're going to play beer pong. I don't got all night for this, and I do feel kind of bad because, like, you're not paying for any of the beer, I assume. I'll tell you what. Let's play a game, okay? If you win, if this group wins, all of you can go talk to Madame Eva tonight, okay? But if we win, you're paying for the beer.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Money? We got some cash, right? You got in, yeah.
I
We
mean,
good?
I think it's in another castle.
It's another castle.
That's what the note said.
You sure?
I put it in the hat.
This is not where I thought tonight was going to go, but we're going to roll with this. Yes, absolutely. A table.
We got this.
A
I'm still on the fence.
A table is set up. He goes, you can have 2 throwers, all right? So 2 people can play this, all right? You can pull in 1 guest thrower, okay? To make it in. And we're gonna make this easy. It's just 4 cups each, all right? So we're gonna do 3. No, we'll do 5 because we'll do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and they set up the cups, racked it up, and he goes, "Who do we want to get to do this?" And he goes, "Get Terry. Terry's really good at this." And he's like, "Oh yeah, Terry's a monk." Terry, and you see this guy kind of shift his head out. Hey, and he's wearing this blue shirt without sleeves that say monk, 6'9", like the number 6'9". And he goes, "Terry, you want to play beer pong against newbies?" He's like, "Oh, forget about it." Yes. And Terry comes out. He's like, Terry, who do you want to play with? And he's like, I don't know. Who's good at beer pong? And he kind of scopes out the area. He goes, go get your brother. And Terry's like, okay. And he goes, JJ. And JJ kind of sticks his head out. JJ's a little shorter than Terry. Terry's built, they're all human. They're like kind of tan skin and stuff like that. Crew cut haircuts and things of that sort. Everybody smells like Old Spice and things of that sort.
They roll crew.
And as it comes out, Terry kind of pokes his head out from beside the wagon. He goes, what? He goes, hey, you want to play some beer pong? He's like, yeah, okay. And JJ comes out and joins Terry. JJ walks out from behind the wagon, and JJ's tall. Yeah. If Jerry's 5'10", Terry's 5'10", then JJ's like 6'3", and kind of comes out and stuff like that. He's like, cool. Who are your players?
Patches. You want to play?
Sure, yeah. Sure, yeah.
You give me things like this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hill dwarfs are known for their constitution and resilience and ability to drink ale in large quantities.
Do you have good aim?
I mean, it's a different change of perspective, but yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, we've got the players.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. You can watch behind us and just sort of cheer for us. You go, yay! Ah! Perfect. We've got the cheering section.
Okay, perfect. If you bounce it off the rim and it goes in, or you bounce it off the table and it goes in, it gets 2 cups. You get the other side has to drink 2. Okay, so you bounce it off. So here's how we're gonna do this: is I invent the rules of beer pong on the fly. You can take a. This is gonna be sleight of hand. Okay. The dexterity-based rolls here. Okay. If you purposely choose to take the sleight of hand roll at disadvantage, that constitutes bouncing it off the table. But if you take the roll at disadvantage and still make it into the cup, the other side has to drink 2. Okay? So, and there's 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to raise the DC every time a cup is taken off the table. As if it's like, hey, we're coming off of this, okay? One of your rolls has to be a guest star. Has to be a guest member of the party that you pull in to just be like, it can be anybody who's not, so it can be Ironwood, Etheria, or Connie.
Connie's the best of all of us.
But if you guys make it through all the cups without having a guest take over one of the guest tops, they'll put another cup out, okay? Okay. So the game starts, he goes,
shake hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come over. Terry comes over and he goes, hey, good luck.
Hey, good luck.
Yeah. And JJ comes over to you and he's like, hey, man.
Hey, man, what's up? How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah, you ready for this? I don't know.
Have you ever played beer pong before?
I mean, I've played something like this.
I'm ready. He shakes your hand. He's like, this is going to be great. JJ and Terry kind of come over. Terry is going to start things off first. He's going to look over. He goes,
shoot for it first.
He looks at you and he goes, oh, okay, so you've played a little bit. Tell you what, best shot gets to go first. This is going to be a sleight of hand between, Mini B, gotta level up my baby. The Bostonian is going to drink her under the friggin' dirt of the Okay, I'm going to guess Mini B, this is for Pyre?
Level up her.
Ryan.
Ryan, is that for you?
Me?
Who's this for?
Who's it for?
What does that chat say?
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Hey.
Mini B.
All right, Mini B, just let us know who that level up is for. There you go. And just wait for it. Who's taking the first one?
I'll go first.
You gonna go first?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
Sleight of hand, yeah?
Yeah, this is gonna be Pyre. So you get that level up. So if you want to level her up right now, before this next roll, because we're not technically in initiative.
My first roll was to warm up. That was a 10.
A 10?
There we go.
You got to both. You go 3, 2, 1, and you both throw. Yours goes in though. So you guys get first volley. It goes back and forth. So 1. It'll go. Let's do this. Beer pong.
Yeah, man.
It'll go Patches, Terry, Pyre, JJ.
Cool.
Heroes.
Thank you,
Heroes, in between each of the turns, you can do something to hurt or hinder, but if you are caught cheating, it's going to be bad. So do you do it? Do it subtly, okay? Okay,
Play fair.
Patches, you go first.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Sleight of hand, baby. We are looking for a DC of 14 for this first cup.
11 plus 3, 14.
14! That first cup clinks, and the first cup is done, and they go over and like, all right, we starting strong. And they drink the first one. 5 cups remain, so 3, 2, 1, so you get rid of the first one. There's 5 cups on the other side.
Fantastic.
Let's do this. Yeah, Terry walks up. First one. Yeah, 16 total. Makes full eye contact with you and tries to psych you out by not even looking at the cups and throwing it, and the ball just boink into the first one. And
I'm
he's
just
like,
going to grab the cup today.
con save.
Okay.
Low DC.
It's not going to matter. 4.
You drink this beer and you're like, yeah, what? Yeah, what? you feel buzzed already. You forgot to eat this morning. Oh no, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm a drunk dwarf.
This is all vodka.
Oh, man.
They filled our cups up with whiskey. You better lose quick.
Oh, man.
You're starting to feel buzzed. You are not drunk yet, but one more failed save and you're going to be drunk. You'll be like,
That's fair. Hey, this stuff's pretty good.
It's good?
It's
Okay.
good stuff.
I want to drink it, but I'm not going to miss on purpose.
Let's win first.
beer pong in Barovia. Pyre, you are up next.
Oh.
That's a 6.
Pyre,
Well, you got your wish.
You try to like front as well. Like you kind of come forward with the ball and you kind of throw it, and it flies over and it hits one of the dudes like behind the table in the head, and it's like,
man.
ow! What the heck?
We can go.
It's just a practice shot. Practice, just warming up. I had a lot of trauma. yesterday,
JJ's
so I'm processing that.
JJ's gonna try to bounce the ball off the table.
Oh, man.
JJ's gonna try to roll this at disadvantage to see if he can bounce it, seeing a little bit of momentary weakness in Pyre's throw. That's a nat 20 on one, and I can't believe this, a nat 1 on the other.
What a move!
The nat 20, like it looks like it's gonna go into the cup, and then just hits the rim and goes flying off into the distance. It's just like, ugh.
But now one's got to hit him right back.
It's the same guy again.
It hits the same guy again. Come on! Sorry, Carl. It's fine. Hey there, Pete. Patches, you're up.
All right. Oh, gods. Yep, I'm good at this game. Sleight of hand 9.
9. Unfortunately, a 9 is going to miss, pal.
That's
You
fine.
send that ball going off the other way. Terry is
Okay,
going.
Hey Terry, you know that endurance is the main part of most drinking games.
No, I know.
That some games they have rules involving cascades and fountains,
I'm aware.
and waterfalls, which encourage the player
Played-
to drink constantly from their cup.
I've played this
as
game
the player before him doesn't
You don't
stop
have to-
drinking.
It's under the sun.
What is the save? What is the save?
DC 13.
Oh, dang it. That was a 19 on that roll. I'm going to have him roll at disadvantage, and she start to feed off of him, and it just turns into one of those, like, as he goes to throw it.
So did Terry drink?
Did Terry drink?
Didn't he make a thing on his first throw?
He made one. So Terry's had a drink.
Didn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Terry's
Someone
had
made
one.
He missed the second throw. So Terry's had one drink,
Okay.
and he's had one drink.
Yeah.
So you can keep making him drink, but it may be a bad choice.
It gets better.
As you begin to talk and stuff like that, he's just kind of listening, and his head nods a little bit, and JJ kind of smacks him, and he wakes up, but when he does, he throws the ball, and he misses again on that one. So, hey man, stop talking. This ain't basketball. Like, enough, all right? We're not doing this.
It's just interesting facts, and I've never seen a drinking game in person.
Shut the heck up. All right. Pyre, you're up.
Oh, man.
Most of my days are in jail.
Insane.
Beth, heard your mom's going out
I'm
with
gonna be in
squeak.
jail too. That's a 10. You two cursed me.
It's really just this side, I'm thinking.
Again, you kind of it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit as you kind of throw it, and it's like, oh man, oh beans. It doesn't.
Oh no, she's just.
You trash talking when you didn't make it. Okay, so this must be a local custom. JJ's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna roll at disadvantage again. Oh, hang on.
Oh, snap.
15 and a 17. That's gonna make it.
Oh, man.
JJ knocks out 2 of your cups in one fell swoop. As he just kind of bounces it and he goes, "This is how you do it.
This is how you do it.
This is how we do it." It's JJ, stop. Who's drinking these 2?
I'll drink one.
Okay, Pyre drinks one. Give me a con save.
Yeah, I guess take that.
Give me another con save, Patches.
Yeah.
You got this.
Actually.
Nat 20. Of course not.
Not 20 on the con save.
Curse is broken.
You drink it and the fire flares a little bit. And he's like, "Oh shit."
I want to crush Luckily.
Okay, now you're getting cocky. You're getting cocky. It's a red solo cup. It's fine.
Look, it's more than just the game right now. This is a whole language that I'm speaking with these
You know
people.
what? That's on me. Give me a performance check.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Okay, that's a 16.
A 16. You take it and you kind of push it, but you don't push it with much force. You're just kind of sliding it. It's like you're doing it wrong. And as he says that, the cup catches on fire, and it just slowly melts as you make full eye contact with him. As you push it into your hair, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Oh, he's gonna make his next roll at disadvantage.
Mine was a 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're not even buzzed. You're like, I can do this all day.
Yeah.
The alcoholic version of Captain America. Okay, that was JJ. Patches, you're up, buddy.
I'm going to bounce the ball.
Bounce the ball. You're going to disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Two rolls.
It happen.
You got a lot of cups on the table. You're at a DC 15.
Okay. Not with a nickel 1.
You hit the same guy. You hit Carl again. It's like, did I? I did. Carl moves to a difference. He like hides behind a rock, like as that ball just boom, hits in the side of the head again, and doesn't quite work. It's Terry's turn. He's still a little flustered from this move and goes to throw the ball. You have your hand covering your mouth, so I feel like you're going to say or do something here.
No,
Okay. That's a 17 on the first one. And 6 on the second one. That cup misses. And you see him get a little flustered by it, and he kind of tries to shake it off. Pyre.
Maybe these are okay now. They're not.
Oh, man.
Just... So you
Oh,
Does no one have guidance?
cool.
I,
Bless.
I do. I need to figure out a way to guide somebody because we have to be subtle about it. But yeah.
JJ goes again, just does a straight roll. No, he just does a straight roll. You don't need to roll twice. Roll once. Not with a 2. That misses as well.
We're doing great.
Yeah. You go over there, and then it just kind of misses off to the side. You see that there's this like frustration building over all of them as they start to get. And one of the guys comes out of the back, and he's like, "Whoa! Pep talk! You got this, all right? You got this!" And grabs Terry by the shoulders and just gives a little shoulder rub. It's like, "You got this, man. You're gonna get this." And kind of slaps him on the back a little bit.
I'd like to look over at Pyre and say, talk to Eva and cast guidance, but use meta magic to do subtle spell on it.
Yeah.
So that will be a D4.
Hey.
On the next roll that you make, okay?
Yeah, once fourth spell ends, so yeah, up to a minute, you can roll a D4 and add it to an ability check.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Patches, you're up, bud.
Okay. The other guy missed real hard, yeah?
Yeah.
So, if you will allow me to do this, if he missed real hard and he's kind of still on the shaken,
Yeah.
I want to use deflect missiles just to, like, catch it, like, if it's flying away, just catch it and then toss it in.
The monk ability.
But, like, just, like, because he's already shaking up, just kind of catch the ball and just kind of toss it back.
If you burn a key point, absolutely.
Done and done.
Make the roll at advantage then. As this guy misses, it hits the table and goes to bounce off, and you watch as Patches is like, You do not, you not all the spoon, and just like reaches a hand out and smacks the ball back up in the air. The ball spirals upward and goes towards the cups.
That's a 19
So we're gonna
and
make
15. So a 24.
Yep, goes in.
Destroys the cup.
Yeah, boom. Terry's like, dang. And he looks over at JJ. He's like, you were the one who missed it. Go drink it. And JJ like walks over, pounds it back a little bit, and he's looking frustrated at this point. Terry still sees that they're up by 1 cup and is gonna do just a straight roll. That makes it. That's a DC 15. He sinks 1 more, eliminates that second one. The only one that's left for you guys is that back row of 3. So he sinks 1 more. Who's drinking it?
I'll drink it.
Yep. Okay.
That's 18, 19, what is it, con save? 19, read. Where's my con?
Oh, con save?
Concepts.
It's an 18 on the die.
Oh my
though.
god. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, he goes like this. He goes,
Weird.
how about this? Just taking a little bit. Sudden death. 1 cup each. Winner take all.
What do you think?
I mean, it's good enough chance to anybody. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
We're here for fun. We're just having fun.
They move the other cups back and sort of hand them out to the crowd. The crowd comes in and he goes, you haven't used your guest. We haven't used ours yet.
Fair.
He goes, hey ma. And a little old lady comes toddling out from this encampment of the Vistani. She walks over. She's that type of old that there's so many wrinkles on the face. It looks like her eyes are permanently closed.
Yeah.
It looks like the grandma from Coco. You know what I mean? Where she's just kind of like coming out. She comes over and she's like, "Oh, are we playing beer pong today? I don't see beer pong players. I just see some little bitches."
I like this woman.
And as that happens, there's a from the other individuals as she comes over and she kind of picks up the beer pong ball as she walks over, and as she's kind of coming over with the cane and stuff like that, as she picks up the beer pong ball, she all of a sudden straightens up and puts the cane to the side, does a little few like neck cracks a little bit, winds up the arm a little bit, and gets ready to bless for that sudden death round. I'm gonna say who's ever thrown it gets this bless for the sudden death round. Okay. There is a throw from her as she goes to sink it into the cup.
Your mama.
Ma'am, it would be an honor to lose to you.
Do you shout your mama?
Yeah. Yo mama.
You're singing great.
Give me an intimidation check, buddy. You are a dryad at this point, and
Well, that's gonna be a 10. So it's more like a I respect you, but also your mother.
yeah, like,
Your mama, that's your mother. Yeah, that's your mama.
you're like your mama.
Like completely awkward. Like he heard them say it. It's like your mom.
And she sinks it anyway. And she goes, "Your mama's so fat, she's a shrubbery." And,
I believe the words you were looking for is "Mama's so fat, she's difficult to rein."
she looks over at you with a little bit of newfound respect and just sort of like gives a little nod in your direction.
My mom,
Who here, other than Patches or Pyre, is throwing the beer pong ball?
I think it needs to be Connie.
Pretty good sleight of hand.
Yes, I got a 0. So
I'm better than that.
Connie, you walk forward as she kind of looks over at you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay. All right. So just based on the trajectory and the angle, and then
come on, bro.
that's,
You get a bless with this.
that's already an 18. So let's go with a 4 on that blast.
Connie, the most boring man in the world.
Didn't I predict this?
How do you want to do this? How do you sink the ball?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna just based on I'm gonna test the wind, see the trajectory.
Yes, sir.
Angle. So when he throws it, there's actually this curve, and it catches this gust of wind and It goes right in.
Yep.
Connie takes an inordinate amount of time to like pulls out like charts and be like, "Where's the almanac?" And is they like testing the air. Waits for the right moment as this little like gust of wind picks up and throws the ball away from the table. As he throws the ball away from the table, everybody starts laughing as the wind just kind of like picks the ball up. The ball goes like swirling in the air with this little gust of wind. It goes into the cup that's on his side of the table and then pops out and into the other cup, hitting both cups. Everybody just sort of looks, and you see that the older woman just sort of nods appreciatively, and she goes, "You know what that means?
I win?
We're all bitches." And she kind of nods, and everybody's like, "Yeah!" She goes, "Well done, well done. I'm very, very happy. What was this for?" And he goes, "Mom, I kind of told them that they came to see you, and they and she kind of motions for him to lean down. He leans down. She motions a little bit more. He leans down, and she just smacks him in the face. And he's like, "What did I tell you about? Tell people to come see me. You need to talk to me first." And he goes, "Yeah, Ma, I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have promised that." She goes, "Okay. Go get me a beer." He goes, "Yeah, Ma." And he goes, "Y'all come back to the trailer. It's fine." And she kind of toddles off and walks over towards this little like wagon that's part of the Vistani. Yeah,
Absolutely.
all of you are brought over into this wagon. The wagon belays the atmosphere outside of it. The wagon inside is very, very comfortable. You see all of these like soft reds and sort of old world fashion inside of this wagon that is kind of counter to this society that you see out front of people like drinking and things of that sort. Candles are everywhere throughout the wagon, giving the soft amber glow to everything inside of it. As you come inside the wagon and everybody comes in, it seems to accommodate just enough space to fit everyone within the party. As you all sort of sit down, Magnolia, who has been traveling with the group at this point, decides to forego this as she is kind of swept up with a group of individuals that are outside. As she goes and just wants to speak with them as the five of you make your way over to this encampment. She smiles at the group and she goes, sits in this very comfortable chair that kind of lets out a little like that you're not sure if it's the chair or her as she sits down upon it, and she looks at the group and she goes, "So, why are you here?"
Well, Mr. Parnham, who was our mentor, and he headed the circus, and we were flying in an airship, but then it crashed because a guy named Strahd came, and then Mr. Parnham died. But before he did, he said we should go see you, and so we're here to see you.
I know. I was expecting you.
And why'd you ask?
I wanted to see what you'd say.
She got you on that one.
Okay.
You need direction, purpose.
Sure. Gotta find some place of safety for everybody at the circus.
For the circus, I can help a little bit. We always are taking newcomers in. They are welcome to stay with us. You can give them directions, and we'll look after them. There are 2 encampments that we have here, but they are welcome to stay with this main one, with me. And if we travel, we will take them with, as long as they earn their keep.
Okay.
As far as you all are concerned, I think y'all have work to do. And she begins to reach down below her seat and pulls up this tattered, beaten, old deck of cards. You see the different symbols upon them just sort of glittering in the moonlight and things of that sort. But just as quickly as she takes the deck of cards out, she places them at the middle of the table. As she places them in the middle of the table, the cards sink into the table. There is a where they are just gone. They are almost kind of sucked into it, and instead a new deck of cards comes out. As these new cards come out, they are the same fluorescent orange as the fur of the cat that you encountered when you all passed on from this world and saw this individual there. She kind of absentmindedly reaches forward to take the cards and shuffles them, not losing a beat in having placed the deck down and shuffling them. She goes, "Fate is a very tricky thing. And even though it has plans for each of you, it's malleable. It can be changed." And she kind of looks at all of you and begins to go about casting what any of my arcane users can tell is detect magic. And as she casts detect magic, she takes a look at the group and kind of takes a step back, leaning backwards in her chair. She goes, "Oh, y'all have it all over you. The stink of the divine. Enchantment. Oh. Let's see what the fates have in store for you."
Okay.
In every game of Curse of Strahd, the heroes find themselves walking forward and encountering a fortune teller. This fortune teller usually draws cards to determine the whereabouts of magical items and basically setting forth the characters that might appear in the campaign that they will encounter. I love this. We are not that group. So instead, I have replaced the normal tarot cards that we are supposed to draw from with fantasy cat cards. These are all cards that feature fantasy cats upon them. Each of the cats are involved in some sort of fantasy type deal, but we have fantasy cat cards that we are going to be drawing instead. She looks at each of you and shuffles the cards in front of her, and she asks that each of you draw a card. But when you draw that card, you draw it with intent. Draw the card that speaks to you. Billy, your DM, personally, is a firm believer in the fact that fate is a thing, but destiny is something else. Fate may be preordained, but we choose our destiny. We move towards it. So do not look at this as the shackles holding you constraint in a campaign. And instead, think of this as the signpost that I know probably you will promptly ignore at some point in this campaign.
Did you not see the whole gallows thing? Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
So if I can have each of you draw a card.
Just the top one, or?
It's up to you. Shuffle the deck, feel it out, and draw a card that speaks to you. After you draw the card, you can flip it over so it's in front of you so that you see what it is. And hold on to that card. That card is out of play for the rest of the campaign. Okay?
Okay.
You said we can look at them?
You can look at them. She looks over at you, Ironwood, and says, "Strahd is a very powerful individual, and he rules over this land. I serve Strahd because I'm not a moron. And he is a man with a torrid past. However, fate has sent you here today, and I'm merely a conduit for fate. You're a pawn, tree boy. So let's see where you're headed."
Traveling.
Hey!
Hey.
Look at that.
Traveling. You pick up the card and hand her the traveler's card. Okay. She flips over your card and says, "This card tells the history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy." You have to know a man before you go after him. She flips the card over and looks at it and sees the traveler, and she says, I see a sleeping prince, a servant of light and the brother of darkness. Your first treasure lies with him. That will give you understanding of Strahd, okay? The card that you've drawn.
Attitude, desiring, balance.
Attitude, desire, and balance tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a symbol that people can rally behind. Power and balance. I see a fallen house, burned to embers, guarded by a great stone dragon. Look for the highest peak.
Okay.
And she nods at you.
She nods back like she
Yeah.
understands. Like,
You got no idea. She looks over at you. She goes, this is a card of power, strength, a weapon, a sword, vengeance personified, a sword of pure, unmitigated, unfiltered sunlight.
You want to know what the card is? Yep, the 10-year-old pulled attitude, desiring intimacy. So.
Desiring intimacy.
Oh no.
Brr.
There's different levels of it, right?
I mean, no.
She goes, there is a tree.
That's me.
Not that one.
Oh,
That's not
An
me.
evil tree
oh.
Might be me.
that grows atop a hill. Would you shut up? I'm about to prune you. I got shears. I'll do it. I don't know karate, but I know crazy.
can we take her with us?
There's a tree. It's an evil tree that listens to their elders, though, and don't interrupt them. And it grows atop a hill of graves where the ancient dead sleep. You need to leave it alone. Thank you, Beth. Only a raven can help you find your way. Look for the treasure there. Not his raven, because he's kind of being an ass. You're going to have to find a different one.
I was thinking, man, we already have this down. We got
No.
a raven.
It might have been, but not now. You know whose fault that is? Yours. That's your fault.
Apologize to the DM.
You apologize to me. Apologize.
I mean,
It's too late. She looks over at you as Terry comes in and like hands a beer. She's like, I'm pissed at this tree, and Terry's like, I know, Mama, it's fine. He's an asshole tree. He's like, yeah. You fine though. Buy a dead tree. Look for a raven, okay?
Okay.
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 You just repeating what I say?
You repeating what I say?
Okay, we done here. She looks over at you, Connie. She goes, now, this card that you've drawn is going to shed light on one who's going to help you greatly in the battle against darkness.
Okay, it says, fall, the quiet joy of transition.
Fall, the quiet joy.
And it's like a dancing leaf pixie and a kitty cat.
Wait, there's a cat on your
There's
card?
more dancing leaf pixies.
Dear, Dear Diary, today I saw a cat and a dance. It was some sort of sign. There's also a tree. It wasn't ours.
She looks at you and looks a little concerned, and she goes, "Oh no." There's a lot of people that can help you, but this one, are you sure? And she like reaches for the card.
Okay. Here.
You hold it up, and she's looking at it. She's like, "Yeah, that's him. Okay. The person that's gonna help you is the spirit of the clumsiest knight I have ever met in my entire life, whose crypt lies deep within the castle.
Oh.
You find him, and he's gonna be able to help you, and he's the only one. Okay?
Okay. Crypt Castle. Got it.
Clumsy knight.
Clumsy Knight. Yep.
So clumsy.
Do we
He's gonna
know?
help me.
That man could fall walking. Okay?
Which,
Okay.
I assume there's only one castle around here.
She's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't get out much.
That's fair. You know what? That's not bad.
There's probably a bunch of castles. You remember for a while there, people were like, hey, I want a castle. I want a castle too.
I know, but I understand.
There's a big thing going around to like do tiny homes.
Like tiny castles?
But no, not tiny castles, just tiny homes. Like little wagons and stuff. I mean, I can understand that. Castle's too drafty.
That's fair.
You know how much it would be if you were trying to like light candles in a whole big old castle? Be expensive. Your car. she looks over at you. She's like, your enemy is a creature of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Strahd is out to get y'all. And his powers are beyond mortality. And this card is going to lead you to his sanctum.
Okay.
The place that he gets the most power from. What is your card?
Which is
You could just describe it. What is on it? There's usually a picture. There might even be some words.
There is.
Are there numbers?
I don't see enough.
That's a different set.
That's fair.
What's the picture? Can you tell me?
So,
Is there a cat on it?
There's a cat. You know,
Okay.
It's a little Kit Kat.
We love us some cats
We
here.
do. Which is funny. So this one's winter. The delicate feeling of night.
Oh.
Delicate
Uh,
feeling.
Winter was Mama's least favorite season. It was my favorite, so I feel like it's kind of.
I feel like it's easier to get warm than it is to get cool, so I like winter. But oh, my knees ache.
I used to have more hair than this, so I used to be able to do.
Okay.
Oh. We got fall and winter.
We got fall and winter.
And then attitude.
We're both
Who I
attitude.
see?
He lurks in the one place to which he must return, over and over and over again. A place of death, personified. You gotta seek out death, and that's where you're gonna meet him.
You're gonna love this.
What?
Death is a cat too.
Oh, I know.
Fantastic. And we're all on the same team.
But most of them are cats. Life, cat. Nature, cat. Death, cat. Chaos, dog peeing everywhere.
This is gonna be great. There's one solid thing around here, and it's cats. And we seem to come up in spades or attitude.
Yeah.
It's also very cat.
I mean, I'm a cat person. I'm still allergic, but I love them to death.
That's fair.
And when you leave for a long time, they will just poop on the floor in front of you.
Well,
This is your fate. And she looks at the group and takes a long swig of beer and things of that sort. She goes, the journey before you is going to be a long one, with plenty of twists and turns, ups and downs, lefts and rights, mouthy trees, mother. You'll meet people that seem like they good, they're not. You might people that you meet are bad, and they are.
okay.
Strahd is a complex individual. I wish you nothing but the best in your journey.
How long have you guys been here?
Oh, a long time. I've been here longer. Imagine how a long time.
That's a long time.
I've been here longer.
What's your advice on staying alive?
Just as general
Yeah,
on staying alive.
yeah.
She thinks about it for a second.
You seem to find, this place is pretty dreary. I've seen better places and swamps, but you seem to make light of it. So what is your secret, Miss Eve?
She thinks about it for a hot second, and gets real contemplative, and she goes, I got three rules that I live by.
I can count to 2, but someone can get the third.
It's like, you could take a swing, but you best not miss. Always bet on black. And she goes, there's no magic in the world more powerful than a solid bowel movement.
Did you get that down, Con?
That's very wise advice. Yes, it's
fantastic.
It's
That's why I have fiber every day.
Are there any customs we should be aware of here? And
Oh, the customs changed.
Big change.
Yeah, I mean, while you're here in Barovia, Strahd has cursed the land, and y'all are not going to be able to. Your spirits are not laid to rest. Should you pass from this mortal coil, no spirits are laid to rest while Strahd is sort of in command of the area. So if you had any friends that passed or went, while they were here, unfortunately, their spirits are not at rest.
I meant more like handshakes or greetings.
Oh, yeah, I mean, handshakes are in right now. Fist bumps were in for a hot second, and then they left. But just talk to individuals and meet them. Be a little bit wary. Individuals are odd, but I don't know. There's a strange wind blowing, and things are changing. It's amazing how if you add one ingredient to a recipe, it'll change the entire complexities found therein.
That was very deep.
Was it? What'd I say?
It was real nice. Also, one more thing. How did you know Parnham? Parnham. How did you know him? He told us his literal dying breath was Ava. So, how did you know him?
Well, Parnham and I go way back. We were in a relationship.
Tell me the details.
Oh, it was nothing serious. We just had so much sex.
Go on.
She goes. It was casual. We was our meet cute. It was just we was hanging out, and and God, how long ago was that? Must have been at least 3 years, and
3.
And we just had a blast.
Oh, that trip that he left. Was
we just had a great time together, and he was a good man, and we had a good time, and I'm gonna miss him. But I feel like y'all are holding true to his spirit.
Yeah. Actually, she takes the ribbon that she took off of Parnham, and wraps it around her wrist. And says, "This was his. He passed, and thought maybe you'd like to have it."
Thank you so much. And she takes the ribbon and she kind of looks at it and longingly and just kind of holds it up to her cheek. And she reaches down below the table and pulls out this little like keepsake box, and she opens it up. And she kind of turns it around and shows you guys. And you just see, like, mementos from her life, like shiny bits of rock. She's like, each of these from a different man I slept with. And she puts the ribbon in there, and she goes, "You're going to put you right up at the top." And puts the ribbon in there with, like, 70 or 80 other things in there. Like, kind of closes it. She goes, "Y'all are brand new to the area, correct?"
Yes, and you're my hero. I just need you to know that.
Oh, yeah, I know. She goes,
Can we take over those?
I need y'all to do me a solid. I'm doing a solid for y'all to take care of your circus friends. I need y'all to do me a solid.
A solid bowel movement.
She goes, "No, but that's important. Whoever told you that, they're a smart person. I need y'all to head over into the town.
Clever girl.
All right? One of our own went missing. Last she was seen was in the town. Okay? I need y'all to find her.
And what's this person's name?
Trista.
Trista. All right.
Trista, little blonde girl. She's one of ours. She went into town to get some supplies and have not come back. And we did our own investigating, but some people are wary of us and some people are not. So I need y'all to go into town and do a little bit of investigating and just find out what happened to her. If something bad happened, I need you to let us know. And during that time, we'll get your friends situated and set up here. I'll send the boys down to get them.
All right, love. You missing someone? A little girl. We're also missing someone as well. Little Yonti pureblood child. That was taken last night by one of Strahd's little wolf pets.
She kind of nods her head, and she goes, go find Bobby. Bobby's good with the pen, and he could draw a picture. You could describe her, draw a picture, and then we'll keep an eye out for her in her travels. Look out for one of our messengers.
All right.
And she kind of she whistles a little bit, and you see like one of those this little raven fly out from the back of the tree and kind of pop up, and it looks at yours and goes, "Caw!
I minor illusion the child's face.
She goes, "Oh, you can do that, cheating." She goes, "All right, well, we can't carry around your hand with the picture, so we gotta draw it." Okay, well, I'm not a drawer, but boy,
We've got to find Bobby.
you gotta find Bobby. Bobby's the drawer.
But also, look, a raven.
Yeah.
Need a raven. Maybe that's the one. From prophecy.
Well, how did I miss that? I know it sounds like Jason Statham, and now it's
Well, I mean, sometimes you win some.
he looks like Jason Statham. It sounds like Jason Statham. Yeah, absolutely. She goes, "Go find Bobby outside."
We appreciate the help. We really do. And I let her know about the bat encounter from the night before.
The bat encounter?
Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you and she goes, "Oh yeah, that's Strahd."
That's just common around here.
No, he's got plenty of people that he can send to look after y'all. Y'all are playthings. Y'all are the new big thing. He's gonna want to play with y'all.
Okay.
So yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop him. He is in charge, and he will continue to be so. He's either looking for a replacement or looking for something to kill the boredom with by killing y'all.
And how do we find you again, ma'am?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm too old. I'm older than water. I'm not leaving this camp. Just look for the Vistani.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not mysterious. I'm not going to be walking in the fog. I'll fall down the tree root and trip and fall down. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to break a hip.
And I wouldn't want you to, ma'am.
Okay.
You said you guys traveled, so I want to make sure we're able to find
Yeah, we normally travel all over the place, but not with a fog like this and stuff like this. Hey, Glass Frog. She didn't say that. Hi, Glass Frog. Welcome. Welcome to the chat.
That's one of her trinkets.
Yeah, she's like, "Hello, I like Glass Frogs," and things of that sort.
Fantastic.
Why did Glass Frog say my own chaos?
Oh, someone didn't change the channel plans from 20,000 to 30,000 for summon Strahd.
Did they use channel points?
Yes.
Did we just get a stun Strahd?
It's gonna be 30, but it's still 20.
Okay. I will change that in the future. You guys are in the space, and she's like, go to the town and just investigate everything that's going on there. And then, let's play this out. You know what? This is going to be a much different experience. There's a knock on the trailer. There's a boom, boom, boom. As she goes, she goes, "Can you see who that is?"
Yeah. I would go take a look.
Standing outside of it is Strahd. He's holding up Terry by the neck, and Terry's just kind of like sitting there like this, but he's lifted Terry off the ground a little bit as he's going, "Are we doing fortunes?"
We were playing beer pong. Would you like to play with us?
No, but I would like to come in.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
He looks at you and nods.
It's not up to us. It's up to nice man right there.
He looks over at her and she goes, "You know I'd invite you in, but I prefer it if you put one of my sons down." And he looks at her and she kind of maintains eye contact with him, and he goes, he drops the sun. The sun hits the ground and coughing and just immediately goes flying back. And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah, you can come on in." The minute she says that, Strahd crosses the threshold and steps into the space. The area gets colder as this individual is now in very close quarters with everybody inside of it, and sits down in a chair and just sort of looks at the group. So, what were the results? Do we care to share?
Lots of kitties. There were kitties all over the place.
Kitties.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Kitty cats.
It ended up being a tie. They both got the shots in, and she's really good at the game. We're not quite so good, but he sank it. Connie's good at it too.
Who's this?
Not everything here is out to kill us.
He nods his head.
I got a kitty cat, and it was dancing with some leaf fairies. And you know what? There in the Feywild, there are lots of different pixies, and sometimes they look like leaves because they are a part of nature. They're sort of one with the nature in the Feywild.
Okay.
I've read this book.
So this is the first time that you have tried to feed off of Strahd. Okay?
No.
As the area starts to crackle with arcane energies, Connie is an energy vampire. Strahd is just a straight up OG vampire. So I've been trying to figure out and rack my brain on how we are going to do this because I knew that it was coming. I didn't think it was coming this quick. So let's do this. You start to reach out, okay, with your energy. Is it purposeful? Is it on like?
I'm not trying to inflict damage drain. I'm just trying to boredom take his energy drain, so the exhaustion and stuff.
Okay, so here's what happens. This is going to be contested wisdom saves, okay? As you reach out, there's a bit of a feedback. All of you start to see this haze in the air, almost as if these two are holding energy beams and they collide in midair. So in the middle of this space, right over the table where the cards are, there is this almost as everybody's hair starts standing up on the back of their arms. You cannot help but focus on either Connie or Strahd as this silent mental beatdown begins to approach. Is like, in this corner, the energy vampire versus this douche. Like as Strahd just kind of looks at him. This is going to be contested wisdom saving throws on each as he's trying to discern from you and you're trying to kind of feed off of him.
8.
Okay.
I'm sure he has more than +8.
We hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it's not as.
You could roll in that one and still beat me. That's what I'm thinking.
It's cool. He's a +0. We're good.
Yeah, you know.
He's actually a -8. It's so weird.
It's crazy how that worked, right?
So crazy.
Okay. He's looking at you, and you're kind of like trying to feed off of him, and
Just telling him a story.
I know. And his eyes start to close for a second to do the thing, and then they shoot open. As they shoot open, the whites are replaced with a blood red. As there is this surge of power outward. It is this almost this like physical, like you are close to a transformer or energy, and your body feels that thump in the chest as Strahd goes postal. As somebody just tried to feed off of him. Faster than anyone can blink, he's over to where Connie is and bites into his neck. Tries to bite into his neck. It is a boom, fangs out, bite into the neck of Connie. Connie, it's a 20 to hit, pal, as those
That
fangs
hits.
come out. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I was gonna say if.
Hang on. This move is happening simultaneously. This is a blinding fast. The two of them are having this mental stare down with one another, and before anybody can blink, Strahd's eyes go red, and he's on Connie and biting into Connie's neck. Okay, Connie, it's a rough day, pal. You take 11 piercing damage. Okay. You take 11 piercing damage and you take 10 necrotic, okay? As he bites into your neck, and he bites hard. As he does, there is that same sensation as Connie, for the first time in your undead life, someone is feeding off of you as they bite into you. Okay? Immediately when he bites into you, there is this surge of lethargy. Okay? As your hit point minimum, your hit point max drops by the necrotic damage. So that 10 necrotic that he did, like your hit point max drops to that. Okay? As he is draining. All of you immediately draw weapons and things of that sort. Like everybody's drawing in a tight confined space. She's freaking out, Madame Eva. She doesn't know what to do. She's kind of trying to scoot back in the chair. And Strahd recoils as he comes back and looks down at his suit, which has been replaced with khaki pants and a white polo shirt. As he goes, what the... As he looks down at himself and sort of looks over at you, his hair, which is pushed into these waves, flattens into a bowl cut around his head as he goes, no, don't like this, and sort of backs up. He's tearing at his shirt, and every time he tears at his shirt, the white disappears and it goes back to the black sort of shirt overcoat that he was wearing around it, and he's trying to spit out the blood that he drew from you as he's like spitting it out and sort of backing away towards the door. As he does, the white in his shirt is replaced with one purple flower. The same purple flower that makes up the exterior of the Zeppelin that crashed not too far from here. And it pops up in the shirt. And he goes, where is he? Where's Parnum?
He's dead. You killed him.
He rips off the shirt. As he does, the illusion of whatever magics were at play here rips in two as the enchantment breaks. The hair kind of immediately goes back to being that pushed back look, sort of gel to the head, the bowl cut leaves and stuff like that. The shirt goes back to the normal outfit. The five of you, for the first time in all of your encounters with Strahd, see something that you have never, ever, ever seen. You see the briefest, barest hint of fear. As he backs out of this, in anger, looks over to Terry, who's just sort of standing on the outside, and snaps Terry's neck. You hear this scream from inside the trailer as Eva reaches down below the table and pulls out that same box that she put in all of the little knickknacks and treasures, and Strahd turns into mist and goes away.
Ow.
Immediately trying to help Terry out, man. Like, I know there's nothing you can do, but he immediately goes to it.
Terry's gone. Terry's neck is that. The Vistani all come crowding around the trailer. Everybody comes rushing out and things of that sort as you all sort of gather around at this point. Connie, you're not feeling great, man. It sucks. Connie's still bleeding around the neck where Strahd once was, and where he bit into him. And you see the bits of the shirt that he ripped off of himself on the ground, and they're still that same white material, but they're slowly melting back into the original material of the shirt that he was wearing once before.
Is the purple flower left behind?
The purple flower was in his lapel. I'll do this. With probability dice, it's not. He ran with it. It's still on his person, or as far as you can tell.
But I got a good look at it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, you said people who die here their spirits aren't at rest, yeah?
You say that to her, and she is just, New plan. For a long time, the Vistani have served Strahd. We've acted as his guardians. We've protected things. And when he's asked, we have provided. Now, we're going to mess his shit up. And that's where we're ending tonight's episode.
Oh!
Thank you all so much for tuning in to the second episode of Strahd Sucks. We had a really fun time tonight. Nobody died tonight. It's
I would have had an opportunity to.
you know what? That's not true. Terry died tonight.
I want to know
Terry
that
did
she
die.
poured one out for him.
You know what? I'll do something nice. You shared a bond with Terry. You played beer pong with Terry.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something for Terry that I'm never going to do for another NPC. Give me a D100, Cass.
Oh, man.
As the magic of the Vistani begin to coalesce here as an epilogue to tonight's adventure,
83.
you hear a voice in your head that echoes forth being like, this is your one freebie. Okay?
Okay.
As Terry goes full Beauty and the Beast, floating in the air, the motes of light coming out, shooting out from his fingers. What did you get?
83.
An 83.
Thank you, well-dressed cat man.
Thank you for believing.
Release the good.
It was love the whole time.
It was the bear. I did that. You see it? It was magical bear. It put him back to
You got an
life.
83?
Yeah.
That's the honor.
Oh my god, I have too many races.
Oops.
Oops, all races.
That's.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, Terry, full Beauty and the Beast, but we go full reverse Beauty and the Beast. As Terry begins to float up in the air and then immediately starts changing into the largest, hairiest furbolg you've ever seen in your entire life. Terry just like, as he goes full beast, he's like, hey ma, I grow a beard now. Check this out.
She
Look at
tackles
this.
him in the biggest bro hug possible.
Yeah.
Just-
She's and Terry like gives you a hug and he's like, this is great. Hey guys, check this out. It's a Bigfoot walk. And everybody's like, oh shit, Terry died. And you see one of the guys, he's like, break my neck. And she's like, no. That's not how it works. He's like, dang, beans, I thought we were all coming back. And he's like, no, this is just for me. I saw this cat. And this cat was like,
See?
I am the new god of death. And I was like, that's wicked awesome. And he goes, I was like, what's the secret to life? And he goes, a solid bowel movement. And Ma's like, told you. And that is where we are ending tonight's episode. That's the only one you get. Terry comes back as a furbolg. There's one furbolg amongst the Vistani. Terry Furbolg.
Everyone gets one.
Everybody gets one. Goes full beast mode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Every Sunday we're going to be tackling this. Next week we go into the city proper, kids. This is a bunch of sad, down on their luck individuals as you were looking for one girl amongst the village that is part of the Vistani. I'm sure you'll be able to find them and everything will go perfally fine and correct. So it's going to be great. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going to go, do we have a raid set up? We're going to go raid. Remember, kids, we're going to heart hands out. You can be anything you want to be except for Strahd, because Strahd sucks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. And